be scared of your goals. Be scared of yourself though. Be a bit paranoid of nothing that you have right now is guaranteed, and everything could buckle. The world is not so safe as it seems. There's no countries right now that are peaking. They're all in debt. They're all with old populations. They're all with decreasing productivity, and in order to expand, some of them are looking into other countries. Some of them are doing some sketchy shit. So it's important to be ready. Hey, what's up, people? I am here in the floor now, stretching. This is part of my daily routine, and it's always the same four stretches that I go with. Personally, I have quite tight hips, and tight hips, well, to begin with, is in Chinese medicine, they say that the sexual energy is stored in the hips or the traumas. I don't know exactly what they say, and I do believe that releasing everything from the hips leads to a heightened sex vitality, which is clearly important for me. But then also, when I'm running, I want to have a longer stride. I would like my strides to be I'd like my strides to be longer and more seamless, more easier for my body. So opening up the psoas, this releases a lot of tension. It's kind of like exactly in the middle of the body, like the psoas, like all this area and the hips. It's like the middle of the body. So I do believe that if it's tense, it has to be. I can imagine how it must crumble someone like from the top down and fuck up the back and fuck up everything. In my opinion, we're sitting way too many hours, way too many hours. I don't know when. I saw a study, maybe I can find it, of how, no, I'm not gonna find it, but I saw a study some time ago about how training once a day does not offset the negative aspects of sitting I think it was like 6 hours a day. So imagine we just sit too much. My friend Jack says we sit so much, it's disgusting. I agree that it is disgusting that we're sitting that much. So just opening up the hips and stretching is personally part of my morning routine. And it's part of the morning because I struggle a bit more doing it in the evening. I don't love it. It's uncomfortable to push myself in, to put myself in these positions, but it's important. So every day I begin my day with some stretching, and then I do some breath work, and then I do my first workout. Stretching is also a way for me to come into the present. I think it's so important to train our presence. I don't think we should be training anything else than our presence. Like if you're really present and you have energy so that you can be generous to the moment and to the world and to yourself and to everyone that's around you, I think that you can live a fulfilling life. And I do think that that's important. But aside from my presence, obviously, I mean, I'm not sure the present will give you an income, so gotta train other things as well. I want to live from my passion. For me, the body is so important, but this moment allows me to connect with myself. It allows me to just connect with my body, find find my limits in stretching, as well as just have a calm moment where I can just think and almost meditate. Obviously, this is a meditation in the morning, and then other things happen. So this week has been a bit tough for me. Am I the only one who's had a tough week this week? Personally, I mean, I've been back to work and I've done a fantastic job at work, but everything else has been falling a bit behind. I got a bit of an injury last Sunday running, big blister that has made me not be able to run for the past week. Yesterday was my first run, it was a 12K run. Today I'm gonna go for like a 20K run, something like this, something easy. But yeah, not running has taken some of the motivation for me to wake up in the morning. So I've been waking up at like 5, 6. Um, it is my decision that I want to wake up between 3 and 4, not between 5 and 6. And so everything's just been, yeah, just missing those 2 hours. I've been missing stretching. I've been missing breath work. I've been missing workouts. I've been missing some energy that I typically have and that I haven't, that I just didn't have this week. And so, yeah, everything has been this stretch, by the way, that I'm gonna do right now is a killer. Just get the foot like this, and you open up the body. Oh, yeah. So everything's just been falling a bit behind, but even though it's been a bad week, it hasn't been a bad week. I mean, all bad weeks, they're an opportunity, no? To realize what's gone not as good as I planned, and then from there, adapt and organize. And so those bad weeks, they're not bad weeks, but rather they're good friends. I mean, they're teachers. So that's why from next week onwards, I'm gonna be going back to everything that I know does me well. Things like breath work, things like stretching, those things seem like small things to me, but at the end of the day, I just have so much more energy and clarity, and I don't need any coffee, and I can just like run on my own supply and feel like a fucking Superman. So I want to keep feeling like Superman, and also just realizing the amount of things that I want to do and that I want to learn. This week has been fantastic for me to get back into meditation because I couldn't I couldn't do much with my foot, so I've been meditating a bit more, been getting back to it. That's been important. Then I've also been getting a hold of more and different books, so that's also been fantastic and really, really useful. But yeah, now I have too many things on my plate. Does that happen to any of you as well? I mean, having a lot of things on your plate. Like I personally, I want to be the best in my work, and then I also want to make a living out of my passion. Those two things are quite different. So it's always a bit hard to decide how am I going to tackle the next 24 hours. No, that's not what's hard to decide. What's hard to decide is, okay, what are my priorities right now? And then you realize that you just have a lot of priorities. You're like, okay, I have to, in my case, right, I'm in sales, so I have to study something that gets me better at sales, have to listen to my calls, and I have to work many hours. And then when it comes to living from my passion, well, I have to post content, I have to get in the best shape of my life, and I have to just keep providing value to the extent that I can. And so it's always hard, but then I can always break it down into the next 24 hours. That's not that hard. The next 24 hours look like essentially adapting every activity, every moment, every meal that I'm eating, every interaction, adapting it so that I can do both. And there's a lot of sacrifices. Personally, right now, feeling a bit alone, a bit isolated, a bit like, as soon as the standard strikes, there's not a lot of people that want to follow along. So, just been feeling a bit alone. Let me zoom in. Yeah, just been feeling a bit alone and thinking about how I can. Really, part of my passion is to be around people that I love, right? To be around people that I love. That's part of my passion. Really, my passion is to be living in the mountains. My passion is to really, my dream is just to be living in the mountains, which I can do right now. But I want to live there, and I want to be able to go and run in the mornings, and then go and lift later throughout the day, and then to be able to read and to relax in silence, and to be there with my girl and with animals. Would love to have some animals, but most importantly, and here's where the passion comes in, I just want to be bringing people like you who may be interested in living with me and in spending some time with me. so that you can grow and build your discipline and build your presence and and just not just push you like I do with all of my friends and clients who do want to work out with me, but then also um, help you in your achieving of becoming the man that you want to become. That's not as someone that knows, but as someone that can, I believe, guide people into that. So, yeah, no, I'm not. Now, are you studying anything for that? Fuck that. What are you talking about? I'm just being myself. I wanna do what I do, and I wanna do it well, and I want to win. And then from there, if anyone is inspired, and anyone wants to be part of this, then anyone can message. Everyone knows where to reach me. Just fucking comment here or my WhatsApp. But this is a personal journey, just like yours is a personal journey. Yeah. So the next 24 hours, the now, the presence, the discipline, are so important. Being able to engineer our lives, our diet, our activities, our friendships, our thoughts, our habits, everything into making the most out of our time, being effective, because I don't want to, I mean, you may have dreams. When do you want them? At 50? At 60? At 40? Or do you want them in a couple of years? Right? So being effective, so important. And then hoping and believing, right? Hoping and believing, there are different things, but there's an element of luck into everything. Sometimes you just don't have access to the opportunity. That's really how I live. There's a process of becoming ready for the opportunity, right? Whenever the opportunity comes, imagine a millionaire, tells me, Arnau, come to my place. I got this villa in Hawaii. Really looking to get more in shape, or really looking to be more disciplined. I'm struggling with these things. Could you come? Bro, I better be ready for that person when they show up, in presence, in discipline, in my physique, in what I've been doing, in my consistency, so that person even considers me as 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 a magician for him to be in Hawaii and helping him his problems. So I think that life, a lot of it is just about being ready. We want to be ready for the things that we want. And in the meantime, look, do you guys think that becoming the best in sales is my dream? No. No. But why is it important? Because I cannot 100% guarantee. My dream is not, I can't touch it yet. Yeah, I can't touch it yet. I'm not living in the mountains. I don't have a big audience of people that want to come and live with me. I'm just not where I want to be. But I do have a sales job, which gives me the security and gives me the money, so that I can buy the supplements, and so that I can invest in myself, and so I can eat properly, and so I can live in the mountains because I can do it remotely, and so I can see friends, and so I can, it gives me all of that. So I wanted to do it well, because realistically, there's so many people in the world that want this position that I'm in, like this sales position that I'm in, that I could lose it anytime. So why allow that to happen? Why would I allow losing my current work, which at the moment gives me the freedom, the money, the stability to be living the way that I'm living, so that I can achieve my dreams later in the future? I learned this from Nassim Taleb. Nassim Taleb, I don't know how you pronounce it, from the author of Anti-Fragile. The best writers have daily jobs that have nothing to do with writing, so that they can not just fall back into something that the world needs in case they don't like writing, because it could happen. I started coaching people, and then I realized, fuck, I don't want to show people how to do a squat. So it could happen, but also totally different jobs than writing, so that whenever they're writing, they can say whatever they want. Yeah, which is also important, having some freedom of saying what they want. So that's how I take my jobs. That's what my approach to my job is. That's what my approach to the next 24 hours is. That's how I organize my diet, my habits. That's why I stretch, why I run, why I lift. That's why I do the things that I do. Everything is with that idea of having something that's stable and then really getting ready for that thing that is risky and is not guaranteed, but that I want to achieve. I got the last stretch to go, but I'll finish the video here. As always, guys, take care, do your best, and don't be scared of your goals. Don't be scared of your goals. Be scared of yourself, though. Be a bit paranoid of, nothing that you have right now is guaranteed, and everything could buckle. The world is not so safe as it seems. There's no countries right now that are peaking. They're all decreasing in. They're all in debt. They're all with old populations. They're all with decreasing productivity, and in order to expand, some of them are looking into other countries, some of them are doing some sketchy shit. So it's important to be ready, to prepare yourself with skills and as a person as well, so that we never know if we ever have to go to war. We never know if anything, something will happen for sure, but we just don't know what. So whenever that negative event comes, to the extent that you can, you want to be prepared. So do the work, leave no stones unturned. Go do whatever you think that you have to do, and take care of the things that you're passionate of, because you may lose them if you don't control them. Love you guys, and see you in another video.